shout out to Quincy Jones because he's definitely a legendary producer, instrumentalist. He's been involved with so many legendary artists, but at the same time, quit hating, old man. That's it is what it is. You know, I ain't gonna curse Quincy Jones out because, you know, he's definitely a legend. So much respect to him, but just quit hating, please, man. You know, your market history is made. Don't hate on other people that's making history right now. You know, I can understand your position, but just leave it alone, man. Leave it alone.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Light-skinned old man, quit hating. Oh, man. Light-skinned old man hating on a dark-skinned old man. Young dude. Let me stop playing, man. Let me stop playing. Yeah, hey, you know what I want to talk about? And everybody should hear this, you know. Now, you know, the rapper Canibus, you know, tell the people about it. You know, you told me about it, so let them know.
Alright, so this is what happened, right? Canibus, you know, infamous battle rapper, he had the battle with LL Cool J back in the 90s. They was going at it, second round TKO. So if you ask me, and probably King Joe the Great, really the Canibus won that battle, but, you know, LL Cool J was more famous, so people said he won. Anyway, he's doing this battle rap or whatever. It was on, not MTV, but one of those networks. I can't remember specifically. I should have wrote it down, but oh well. Anyway, so in the middle of the battle, you know, he's rapping, blah, blah, blah. He's spitting the rhymes. All of a sudden, this nigga forgets his bars, right? He pulls out a pen and a pad. I was like, yo, tight, let me write this down.
What? Who does that?
It's fucking funny, man, because Canibus he's supposedly, you know, the legendary battle rapper, but like this dude, man, he's just going down the fucking toilet, man. His career is a fucking joke. It's a punchline. He's almost up there, synonymous with MC Hammer, like when it comes to when you think of rappers and just how lame they could be, and even though both of them are legends in their own right, especially MC Hammer, but the nigga's a punchline, dog. It's sad to see the degradation of fucking Canibus, man. I mean, how do you feel about it, man?
First off, that's a sad title to say, and nobody want to be perceived as a punchline rapper, to literally be considered a punchline in the game is what I'm saying. Like, nobody wants to have that title, like Vanilla Ice or, you know, MC Hammer, and there's several others. Like, nobody wants that. And for you to, like, you know, pull out a pen out of a freestyle battle and say, hold on, let me write the rest of my lines, it's gonna go from a cipher to a fucking battle. People gonna start dissing you, though. And Canibus, like, okay, when you break it down, right, I was looking up, like, freestyling. I did not know, to my knowledge, there were two types of freestyles. In the 80s, before they did it off top of their head, like, you know, Slick Rick and Rakim and them and all the old school cats, Biz Marquise and like, they were doing freestyle. It was pretty much considered like something that you wrote, pretty much introducing who you are, what you represent, what kind of MC you're about, or, you know, displaying your skills. It's still the same thing now. It's just in our era, we didn't have a pen or a pad to do that for freestyling. Most of us, you know, you get more credit and praises if you did it off the head. You know, that was our creativity. Once again, time has changed. You know what I mean? I don't know, I can't, you know, try to, like, debate for Canibus and saying that, you know, he was doing it in, like, the 80s, or he has always been doing it that way. But, like, you know, writing for your album, I believe in writing for your album, you know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. Creativity should stay, and it'll help hip-hop even more. But, like, writing during a battle, yeah, or during a cypher, doing that, yeah, nah. What you feel about that?
I mean, this is, like I said, it just makes them to even more of a punchline. I feel like, you know, freestyle for me, the definition of freestyle is just coming off the head. I know the old school, you know, the guard, how they used to say it was just, you know, if you had something written, you memorized it, you just spit it. But that's pretty much what it's going to now. Like, people don't really do, you know, freestyles. They'll spit a written, or they'll spit something they had off their album or mixtape that hasn't come out. It may have even already come out, but people don't really freestyle. There's very few that do it, you know. And for me, like I said, the definition of freestyle for me is just coming off the head. It doesn't matter. Like, I think people are scared to be whack, but freestyling is just that. It's a freestyle. It's off the head. Some people are really good at it. Some people are just okay at it. Some people are, are superb at it. So, I mean, I think it just shows you the dedication to your craft or whatever if you're able just to come off the head. Even if it's not like all the best shit you ever heard. A freestyle is not going to be like you're written unless, you've been doing it for such a long time or if you just mastered the art of freestyling. So, people don't be afraid of being whack, man. Like, you're not, like, people gonna respect the fact that you actually spit it off the head. That's what really counts for the most part. Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, his lyrics wasn't all that, but at least he did it off the head. I can respect that. And then when you do your album, write your album. Too many people on that gimmick, I don't use no paper, man. I don't write, so fucking white. You probably should write. Don't listen to Lil Wayne. As far as him not writing or Rick Ross or any of these other guys that revolutionized it, particularly, Biggie and Jay-Z. You can't be like them, dog. Them niggas was rapping for years, you know what I'm saying? You can't just come out, I just started rapping last year and I don't even use no paper, man. Yeah, we don't use no paper, man. Nigga, use some paper, dog. Write that shit down. Put it in the iPod or the fucking BlackBerry Messenger, whatever you use, man. If you don't use like a pen, the composition notebook, man, just write that shit down. You'd be a whole lot better, man, for real. But to each his own. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of whack rappers that don't write. You probably should start writing. You might be a little better.
Yeah, to each his own. But the game is backwards. I mean, pretty much people are freestyling their album, and now, from what I see, people are writing their freestyle. Oh man, like the parody spoof for Bill Cosby said during the Boondocks. What does it do, nigga?
Yeah, this shit is ass backwards, man.
Hey Carter, how do you feel, man? Like Harry Spears, I was watching Sunday. He said, and I had to agree with him. He said, okay, a lot of these rappers, they get their names off of, as far as like Italian mobsters, rather it's film or, reality of today. It was like, but a lot, but a lot of old school Italian people are racist towards black people, but despite that, a lot of these rappers give praises to them. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think it's true. That's real talk, man. Real talk like the Crip Walk, but it's kind of idiotic, but we had that kind of self-building to us where we gravitate towards destruction or towards racism or to stuff that really that's not applicable, that we shouldn't, be using. So as far as like, the old school Italians, the mafioso, family first, I make you offer, you can't refuse, that type of shit, we shouldn't really gravitate towards that. Yeah, I like the Godfather, I'm not gonna lie, but I never wanted a mafioso name. I know, especially in the mid-90s, and mafioso rap was like extraordinarily popular. But yeah, it's stupid because a lot of Italians, they didn't have any respect for us. If you go back and you read your history, some of these old school gangsters like Bumpy Johnson, it was real hard for him when he was doing his thing in the 50s and 60s and even in the early 40s, because he had to deal with Italians up in New York and stuff. So most of the old school Italians, they didn't respect us, and there's no reason for us to emulate them, to try to be like them. Yeah, that's old school, it's old racism, but yeah, at the same time, it's a cycle. Like, we bringing it back, it's to the forefront. So I think I agree with you and Harry Spears, man. It's fucking stupid. It's idiotic. I wouldn't do it. I would advise anybody else not to do it.
Yeah, for real, like, what is racist towards us, we use it. And, we use the N-word and, it is racist, but we still use it. And there's a lot of things that we do that we praise. Like, I remember, it don't matter where you're at in the world, out of these four corners of the street, whether it's from the Midwest, the West Coast, East Coast, 30 South, one thing that I've seen good dudes do is watch gangster movies like they're document kids. That should be fun, man. They'll watch Boys in the Hood like 80 fucking times and get high. They'll watch The Wire. They'll watch any gangster movie, they'll watch Blow. I'm telling you this, I got some of these dudes in my house. And these kids, they watch them all the time. Like, everywhere I go in the United States, I see it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if that's their homework or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? But, it's just something that I see. Like, we praise certain things. And what we define, what's undefined now, we define it in a different way. Like, for example, the word keeping it real, if you look at the definition, of course it means, to be yourself, who you are. you know, things to get better and people just, you know, wake up and, you know, see life in like real reality, you know?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I think so, man. Like, I do see that. Oh, man, I'm about to watch Scarface 150 times, and they get the blueprint, and then they get shot up like Scarface. Like, okay, you emulated that movie so much. The life is imitating art. So, I mean, if you want to follow the movies, you know, exactly to the T, I think you can come up with a brilliant master plan from watching Paid in Full. You're like, oh, well, I'm not going to do it like they did. I'm going to do it differently. Yeah, I mean, crooks have been around for years, dog, but, I mean, I'm not going to say, teach his own, but don't fucking follow that shit. You know, don't follow. I wouldn't advise you to do that. You're going to see him on CNN. You know, the nigga got shot, you know.
Just another nigga.
Yeah, man, you know.
Oh, man. Okay, there's another thing I wanted to bring up to you. And this is true. And if you want to think that I'm BSing people, you can Google this shit, MSN, Hotmail, whatever the fuck you go to for your search engine. But there was 2 Baton Rouge, Louisiana teenagers that were murdered for putting young ladies' names out on the track, you know, pretty much. And one of them, you know, he said, like, he had sex with a girl and he ejaculated and skeeted on the girl's baby. And, you know, the dude heard that and killed both the team. Like, I mean, you know, stupidity on the, you know what I'm saying, for them guys for making that record, but definitely stupidity for that guy for killing those teenagers. I mean, what do you think about that, Carter?
I mean, hold on, son. I'm saying, it's safe as both of us are not fathers right now, so we really can't reflect on it too much. But I'm gonna just put it like this, man. If I have a baby and I'm out with the baby mom, whatever, we doing whatever, like we separated, and she, you know, she got a new dude in the house, man. He beat the cakes or whatever, and he has the balls. Literally the balls to bust the nut on my fucking baby, dog. I'm telling you, I'm going in the house and I'm chopping his head off with a fucking Haitian machete, dog. Fuck that nigga. He can eat a dick, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna chop his dick off and put it in his mouth. I'm like, yo, these nuts, nigga. Have a nice day. For real, man. That's the ultimate disrespect, man. That's below disrespect. That's like, I don't know. I can't describe it. I'm not a father, man. I know you're not a father either, but I can only imagine, like, having a child. That's your pride and joy, man. So if somebody has it in them to do that such disrespect to a baby, yeah, they deserve to die. Like, yeah, it's kind of idiotic. It's ignorance on my part for saying it. It's ignorance on the guy's part for killing those 2 dudes. But I'm sorry, at the end of the day, I'll probably do the same thing. Except for they wouldn't catch me, though.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. This might be our first disagreement. Yeah, I mean, for real though, man, like, I feel as if I wouldn't kill them, but they'll be to a damn near death experience, maybe a coma, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll beat them to a bloody pulp, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, only time I think murder may apply is, you know what I'm saying, depending on how I feel at that time, kid. You know, maybe, you know what I'm saying, I'm hollering at them dudes about it, and then they still being rude about it. Okay, I might just beat your ass, you know, break your legs and lit the fire and throw gasoline in the house. You watch it burn or some shit. I don't know, kid. Like, you know, like, I don't think violence is the way, though. I just think, you know what I'm saying, beat their ass real good and, you know, teach them a lesson. I don't think, you know, taking their life away will do any better. Because now I can't see my daughter ever again, you know.
Yeah, that's true. You brought the sensibility back into the equation. But I'm going to just say this, man. Wait till you have a daughter or a son. And we'll revisit this question, man, this conversation. And we'll see how you feel, man. I'm telling you, dog, you're going to feel differently, man.
Yeah. That shit happened to me, and I'll probably have a child. I'll probably be like, man, Imperial Carter, we out. Let's go kill these niggas.
Yeah, I'm going to be rolling right there with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, oh, man, these niggas, they're ignorant. This is going to help us right-hand man kill the dude. Yeah, I'll do it. I ain't going to lie to you. I'll do it, man. It may be an ignorant part of me, but, oh, well, I'm shit, I got you, man. What's good? What we need? The shotgun, the machete, man, the katana, all that shit.
Fuck around and take them niggas on a boat ride to Haiti. Them niggas will never be found, dog.
Hell no.
Hey, man, but I'm not gonna lie. I know it might be an uproar right now for some people that's listening to this. Oh, this is is ignorant.